A disturbing rumor begins spreading through a remote village. Apparently, a slug-headed demon broke into one family's home and turned the entire place into a bloodbath. In a world where demons eat humans like snacks, that part is sadly nothing new. What makes the story completely insane is what happens a few days later. The demon's severed head is found nailed to the family's front gate, and the person who put it there is not some legendary warrior or veteran demon hunter. It is the family's eldest son, the only survivor of the massacre, and our boy is just 10 years old. Since no normal child should be capable of hunting a demon alone, the terrified villagers reach the most convenient conclusion possible. The kid who saved himself must secretly be a monster too. Sometime later, a demon hunter named Mongrion arrives after receiving the villagers' request. The first thing greeting her is the rotten demon head still hanging in front of the ruined house. The villagers desperately beg her to exterminate the creature hiding inside, claiming a demon must be wearing the skin of a 10-year-old boy. In their minds, even dozens of children could not kill a real demon, and the brutal front gate decoration is all the evidence they need. Mongrion admits that the display is so vicious she almost feels bad for the dead monster. Still, unlike the villagers, she actually bothers to investigate. Inside the property, she finds the supposed monster sitting beside several crude stone graves. His clothes are soaked in dried blood, his body is filthy, and his pitch-black eyes look completely empty. But Mongrion quickly notices that the dirt came from burying his own family. The child has also gone several days without proper food or water, so instead of swinging a weapon at his neck, she places warm porridge in front of him and tells him to eat. The boy is understandably confused. He knows the villagers hired her to kill him, so getting lunch instead of an execution was definitely not on his schedule. Still, he already understands why they hate him. Even before the massacre, his strange, hollow eyes made everyone uncomfortable. Once he killed something they believed was unbeatable, the villagers finally gained the excuse they needed to throw him away. Mongrion studies those supposedly demonic eyes and decides they are nowhere near enough to make him a monster. Since everyone claims this tiny kid killed the Wadu scholar, she sits beside him and asks for the full story. His memories immediately drag him back to that horrible night. Hidden inside a wardrobe, he watched through a narrow gap as the slug-headed creature devoured his family and sprayed blood across the floor. He had no power to fight it then, but after the demon left, the terrified child did something no sane adult would expect. He followed it home. The boy sells everything left from his family's possessions and spends the money gathering information. He learns that the creature is called a Wadu scholar and that demon hunters normally fight it using a bamboo spear packed with salt. Even with the right weapon, killing one is difficult for a trained adult. But this 10-year-old walks into its lair alone anyway. The moment the creature charges, he drives the salt-filled spear straight through its head and ends it on the spot. Mongrion then asks why he went the extra mile by chopping off its head and nailing it to the gate. The kid calmly explains that the demon ate his family's heads, so he simply returned the favor. Fair is fair, apparently. The whole story sounds ridiculous, but Mongrion cannot find a single lie in his eyes. What impresses her most is the terrifying package hidden inside this child. He watched his family die, pursued an enemy far stronger than himself, researched its weakness, and then turned that knowledge into a perfect revenge.